a diamond, well on her way to blue diamond. She's been in the business, I believe, 6 years, and she's just one of the greatest ladies ever. I ran into her on an airplane on the way back from Vietnam last year, and we had a great chat and a great time together. And she's also very beautiful, and she's a great representation of the TR90 products. I'm sure you've seen her on the video. Her name's Casey Council. Let's hear it for Miss Casey Council.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Has this not been an incredible use of your time today?
Yeah.
It is. So what I'd like you all to do is just close your eyes for a moment. And we're going to go back in time just a little bit. And for the next minute or so, I'm going to ask you to step into my shoes. It's December of 2007. I'm sitting on the floor in my living room, and I get the phone call. And the phone call is that the last transaction that I was counting on for that month is not going to close in real estate. And what that means is that that's 6 now that's happened for in the last 60 days. And so instead of $120,000 in my bank account, there's none. And now there's $80,000 on my credit cards waiting for that deal to close. And the phone rings. It's my ex-husband. Just when a bad day couldn't get worse. This is the 13th phone call in 60 days. And here's what the phone call says. Do you know that I care about you? Yep. Do you know that I want you to have everything that you deserve in life? Yep. Well then, will you please just take a look at what I'm doing? Because even though it's not in the package that you think it needs to be in, I believe it's everything that you're looking for. Open your eyes. 5.5 years later, these are some of the experiences that have been possible only because of this business. Whether that's working with Scotty Kearns and the team that we have collectively in Canada, or riding an ATV through Sedona, Arizona, or being in Vietnam when that market opened, standing there with John McClellan and Nathan Ricks and our friend Mark Mabry at the back. Or winning that trip on the cruise, the success trip, and being in the water in Mexico for the first time, making out with a dolphin. These are experiences that I never would have imagined I would be living 5.5 years ago when I got that phone call. And so what I want you to think about today is the topic of getting started. Whether you're here for the first time, or whether you've been here 100 times, you're starting something, whether that's this business or the next phase of your business. And the most important thing to know about this is that whether you have accepted it or not, what the reality is that you're a leader. And you are going somewhere, and there are always going to be people that will follow you. It's just a matter of where is it that you're going. And so this topic of getting started is really, I think, about leadership. Because if you go back to that living room, what I was doing was not working, and I was the only one that could change my life. And I had someone that was persistently there, wanting to give me the way to do that, and I wasn't taking it because I didn't see it yet. And so once I made the decision to do that, and actually get started, here's what it felt like. It felt like a huge leap of faith, because I'd been in business for myself for almost 15 years at that point, and all I had was my reputation, my credibility, and my relationships. And make one bad choice in business, and those are gone. And so I knew that the product and technology worked because I'd had an experience of it. I saw my face change with the galvanic spa demonstration, yet it felt scary. It felt really scary. And has anyone ever noticed that when you go to do something really scary, it's also kind of secretly underneath a little bit exciting too? Yeah. Fear and excitement feel exactly the same in the body. And the difference is when we're excited, we're willing to walk through things and do them with that feeling, and when we're afraid, sometimes we let it stop us. And so when we think about getting started in something, what is so great about the system that we work with here in New Skin is that that path has already been laid. If you're going to get started in the business, here's what you do. It's called the LOI package, and there's reasons for everything. The reason for this is to best set you up for success as you go out and grow and build your business. Now, go back to my story. $80,000 of credit card debt, no money coming in, $2,000 window open for me to figure it out of credit card balances that are open. That's my gas money, that's my food, that's my electrical bills to keep things going. And, oh yeah, you're gonna, back then it was $1,485 to get started, not $1,080 like it is today. Well, of course, this is how everyone starts. Not me, I'm not starting like that. And so, thank goodness for the vision and persistence and leadership of not only the person that was introducing me to this business, my ex-husband, but also for Patrick Baum, who you just heard from around follow-up. And they said, look, this is the only way to start because it's going to be the foundation for success in your business. That was outside of anything that I could see or understand at that point in time, yet I trusted it. So now, almost 5.5 years later, why we get started in this way is critical, because you develop your own product experience that, as you've heard from many of the leaders, you're going to go out and you're going to share those stories. And money is never the issue. How many people here have ever, when they're getting someone started, and they say, oh, I don't have the money for that? How many people have ever had someone say that to you? It's not true. It's never about the money. It's that they don't see the value. Because if you were to fast forward the 5.5 years and show them pictures of whatever those pictures are that are in their life, or whatever those pictures are going to be in your life, really, are you going to sacrifice that because of $1,200? It's almost absurd when we think about it. And yet, for people that are in it, sometimes all they can see is what's in front of them, which is their challenge or their obstacle. And so for us as leaders, what we get to do is to be the example, because that's what we've done. And then because of that, now we can share our story authentically because we've done what we're asking them to do. And that's the first role in leadership. Nobody's going to follow you if you're asking them to do something that you haven't done. And because you have and the reasons behind it, now there is a path for them to follow. And as you lead yourself through this business, there's going to be people watching everything that you do. And that's the fun piece about it. And so once you do that purchase, buy 3, get 1 free package, everything's systematized and in place. And so you'll work with the person that sponsored you in the business, whether they sit down and get you started in a way that they do, or they plug you on One Team Global, or that getting started is available and you can go through whatever that system is that you're being recommended to do with your upline partner. They're the one that has the invested interest in you in the business, and really get going in the business. Now the key is, when you start this, that it's really not about the business builder package. What it's about is getting clear on your why. Because that will be what compels you to go out and take the action. And as a leader, that why is got to be in your heart, so big and so bright that day after day, whether that's the first week in your business or the first 40-some no's like Leif Edmonds got, that there's something there that compels you to keep going, and you put the foundation in place because of how you started. And so, thinking about this, it's whenever there's challenges that are going to slow you down, or there's obstacles that you see, it's that you've allowed those things to be bigger than what your dreams are. And so my invitation to you would be spend some time and get really clear on what would be the pictures that you would have on that slide. Fast forwarding out 3 years from now, 4 years from now, what are the trips that you've been on? Who are the people's lives that you're working with that you've been able to change because of what you've stepped into as a leader in doing this business? And really, there's really only one of 2 choices. You're either going to do it or you're not going to do it. And you're either going to get the results that you want or you're not. And someone very wise told me once, you can have 2 things. You can have reasons, all the reasons in the world for why this didn't happen or why it's not happening, or you can have results. You're not able to have both. You get reasons or results. And so as you think about what you want to create in this business, how you get started Monday morning when you pick up the phone, what is it that you're going to do? If you're here starting your business right now and today's your first day and you're getting started, is that you're doing that buy 3, get 1 free package. Every single step and journey in this business is about leadership. It's an opportunity for you to help enough other people change whatever it is that they're looking to change in their lives, and in the process of that, absolutely get to transform your life. Thank you.
of the benefits of the business is some of the beautiful women we get to work with. I'm sure you'll agree. I married one of them. I met her at a New Skin meeting back in 1990 up in Seattle. Jeff Mack was the presenter.